Guys, so welcome to this episode of how to clean your filter. This is my Taotronics mist humidifier, and it's empty in water, but I haven't cleaned that up yet, so I'm gonna actually clean this and show you guys how to clean it and why you should clean it and how to clean it. So let's get to it. Here in my kitchen sink, bringing my filter here. Alright, my humidifier. So I'm gonna put this here. And so you take out this little piece right here. You feel it, it's a little slimy. It's kind of like, feel like it's dirt on it, like microfiber, like sand. So what we're gonna do is we have to clean it. So this is like a filter that you're supposed to clean and wash off and let it dry, or just wash it. That's what I like to do. So you can either get like a toothbrush or a little cleaning brush to clean it. So I'm gonna dump out the water first. So if you look at this right here, let me turn on the brightness up a little bit. So let me zoom in on this right here. So there's some like white powder right here. It's kind of dirty on top of the looks like kind of like baking soda in a way. When you kind of scratch it, it feels like baking soda, like dried up. But we're gonna need to clean this. This is what kind of causes it to heat up. So this heats up, brings in hot water over here, and then comes out from the top right here. So this coil heats up, so we're gonna have to clean this up. So but we're gonna clean this a little bit first at a time. I'm just gonna reuse this piece of cloth filter. It comes with another set, but still fine for me. It's kind of absorbs. This kind of absorbs the sand. So wash it. Wash this as well. Scrub off all the sand with warm water. A little higher. So if you look at this little piece, warm water traps in the moisture and escapes right here to bring out warm air into the other side. So try this out. And then this is the weight scale. So when it gets filled up with water, when it's on top of here, it kind of pushes it down. So it puts weight on this to let water be able to flow through, I believe, to know that there is something on it. So I'm gonna rinse it through. Make sure you don't get water in the holes inside, because that is not a good thing. And there's the filter on the back of this as well. So if you look at this right here, if you take it off in the back, this needs to be washed well. See, there's some dust on it. This filter is dirty. It looks like filter needs to be cleaned. So I'm gonna wash. This is like a carbon filter. It's like a sponge. So I'm gonna let it dry real quick, and it should be okay. And this is where you place like aroma. So this right here, this filter, you can place like a couple of drips of smells, essential oils, and it'll go into the mist. So you don't really need to touch this unless you used it. So I'm gonna place this back. So the filter needs to be dried in order to be used. So I'm gonna get my little sponge, kind of scrub it a little bit, kind of like a toothbrush. So scrub it through. Scrape off all the little kind of calcium buildup or whatever it is that's built up onto this thing, onto this heating pad. And rinse it with water. So scraped off some of it, so scrape it off a little bit more. And this should be fairly clean and smooth. So you can also feel around the bottom of this as well. And make sure you wipe it down with like a sponge. So I get like a sponge to soak up, kind of absorb some of this, the sand-like stuff that's on it. Right. So let's see. Zoom out a little bit so you can see it. So. Still a little slime on it. Put little drips of water right there. Scrub it a little bit more. And scrub it one more time. Alright, that looks clean to me. So I looked at it and I don't see any more white stuff. It's a pretty smooth heating pad. So, and I feel around here, I don't feel any more sand-like stuff, dirt around it. It looks good. Make sure I don't feel anything that's like dirt-like. And if that is good, I'll just make sure I dry it up so water doesn't get into any of the electronic components, which is usually inside here. So if no water gets inside here, you're okay. And that should be good. So I'm gonna put that to the side. And this filter right here, usually I use filtered water. So I feel the inside of it is a little slimy. It needs a rinse. Yeah. All right. So after this is all cleaned up, all you have to do is place it back onto, for this part, you need to put the filter back. After the filter is cleaned and dried, you just place it back on here. So absorb more of the salt or the sand, whatever it's called, that's on there. And this right here brings out, so this, like I said, it heats up this pad and the warm air goes right here and then it kind of comes up through the top where it misses. So this is set up, placed on there, and the warm air comes out through this hole with the lid on top. And then we just fill this up with water and we're good to go. So make sure you use filter water, but just to show you the filling up, I'll fill it up for you. And then I'll bring it back into the room and plug it in, and it should be clean and ready to go. And that's all there is to this video. So if you have any questions about how to clean this device, or if you have any suggestions on what you would do, please let me know in the comments down below. I'll look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Peace. I have it placed back onto the desk, and it's pretty much ready to go. Just pop the lid back on it. The water is filled up. It's direction where you want it to be. Let me turn it on, and let me turn on max. All right, and there we go. Do you see this mist coming out of it? You can't really see it, but it's coming out. And this is ready to have a nice peaceful sleep. And I put a piece of plastic bag on the table on my nightstand, because if this is constantly flowing, I didn't want it to ruin the wood. So this is kind of like my waterproof dresser. This kind of looks ugly, but I put it on top of it so it doesn't damage the wood. So yeah, here we go. Kind of cool. There we go. Smoky, misty. And that's how I clean it.